Hey guys, welcome back to Bombchu. I'm Austin, and today I'll be covering the Humble Monthly Bundle from December 2016. This month's bundle sticks to the format of 8 games, 7 for Steam, one of those debuting with the bundle, and a smaller experimental title that's exclusive to the bundle. That means we have a lot to cover, so let's get to it. I'll be giving my first impressions of each game and determining if they're games I'd like to continue playing. This month's exclusive title is Yojimbrawl, a 2D dueling game from the makers of Broforce. It's multiplayer only, no AI opponents, which is a little annoying, but as an experimental title, it's hard to gripe about something as advanced as AI being missing. There's also no online play, which again is tough to expect in a game like this, but it does require you to have someone over in order to play. Controls are simple. You can move, jump, dash, slash, shoot, and bow. Bowing at the same time as your opponent sets both of you at max health. After being attacked, you have a few seconds to land a hit to get your health back, similar to Bloodborne. Shooting temporarily increases the amount of damage you'll take on the next hit, somewhat like Bloodborne, where you use your own blood to create bullets. It also isn't without bugs, as I died from running to the edge of the screen a couple of times, which never happened to my partner. As an experimental title, this game didn't seem to experiment much. Not that it wasn't a bit of fun. I may break it out at a party one day. The debut game this month is Minion Masters, a real-time card strategy game that takes place in the universe of Forced. I tend to avoid card-based games like the plague, so I wasn't terribly excited to play this one. Surprisingly, this game is very streamlined. You charge up mana over time until you have enough to use the card you want. Then you place it on the battlefield and let it take over from there. Your goal is to take down the enemy player by having monsters and spells break through their defenses and eventually attack their main hero. Each arena has a gap in the center with 2 bridges connecting both sides. Whoever last had a unit touching a bridge controls that bridge, granting experience over time. Experience yields perks, such as your hero being able to attack anywhere in the arena rather than just on your half. There is some interesting strategy here, as blindly sending out your most powerful monsters will not guarantee a win. Some monsters have devastating attacks, but attack very slowly. It's often better to overwhelm these with a swarm of monsters with low HP to keep them distracted, while something else unleashes the damage. Minion Masters was much better than I expected, and if it manages to take off, I would definitely enjoy playing up against friends. Our next game is the Escapists Super Max Edition, a 2D prison escape game. I've had my eye on this game for some time, and finally playing it, I was surprised by how deep it is and how much you have to manage. You have health that goes down from getting into fights or pissing off the guards, money that you need to buy items either for trade or for using in your escape, guard suspicion, which goes up if you aren't where you're supposed to be, doing what you're expected to be doing for too long, and it determines if the guards are on the lookout for you. And finally, fatigue, which goes up from avoiding suspicious activity for too long. You can hold a small number of items and hide more in various places, including your cell, but your cell can be inspected, or you can run out of health. Any item marked in red text is contraband, and dying with contraband on you gets it taken away, along with some of your money. Likewise, getting your cell inspected while it has contraband in it does not yield desirable results. Other prisoners give you requests you can complete for money, most of which involve getting in trouble. Ultimately, you need to find a way out, usually by crafting some items to dig, fight, or sneak your way out. There are a lot of ways you can approach it, so it allows for a lot of creativity. I struggled to make it out of the very easy prison in the time that I was able to dedicate to this review, but I'd like to go back and give it another shot. Next up is Mordheim. Mordheim? Mordheim, that's what I'm going with. City of the Damned. a turn-based tactical RPG. During your turn, you can move and look freely, giving it a similar feel to Codename Steam or Valkyria Chronicles. But this game removes the action element in attacking. I wouldn't mind this so much, but you have to confirm every action you do, and there are long pauses after performing actions waiting for the round to resolve. The graphics are fine, though the camera is pretty bad. I can never get it in a place that feels comfortable. I was hoping to start up a full game, but it's strongly recommended I do the tutorials, and just the first one took 20 minutes. Look how many there are. It's not a bad game, but it has enough issues that make me just want to play Codename Steam or Valkyria Chronicles instead. Game 5 is Western Press, which I'm calling Quick Time Events the game. You and your opponent, AI or human controlled, have a showdown seeing who can complete the button inputs faster, with some modes punishing you for mistakes. It can be played with a controller or a keyboard. As someone who isn't great at typing, I found myself a lot better with the controller, so it was nice to see support for both playstyles. There's a good amount of humor here, with some quips from the narrator, as well as an entire graphics menu that starts off with some surprising options, and quickly devolves into some obvious jokes, finally telling you that the entire menu doesn't actually do anything. I got a good laugh out of it. Overall, it's a bit of fun, but there isn't much depth, and after 20 to 30 minutes of playing, I don't think I would play it again. This leads us to Hacknet, a hacking simulation game. Where most of the hacking games I've played get too complicated too quickly for me to enjoy, Hacknet teaches you what you need and gives you some GUI elements to help along beginners, while still requiring some typing of commands. It accommodates different levels of skill as well as backgrounds, allowing you to use alternative commands from different real-world operating systems. You start off doing simple things, but it does a good job at making you feel really cool for doing relatively easy stuff. Good music, good interface, interesting missions. I'll definitely continue. Next is The Flame in the Flood, a stylized survival game. I'll go right out and say it, I really hate survival games. If you like the recent surge in survival games, I'm happy for you. But having played several of them, I just really don't like them. I tried to go in with an open mind, but it's just something that you have to know. First off, the art style is cool. It's nice to see something different here. And it runs smoothly, which is a good departure from some of the more popular survival games. It's more streamlined than all the others I've played, and you know how much I love streamlining. You know what you can make, and you know what you need to make it. And a lot of it is presented to you pretty quickly, instead of starting off in a random location and hoping you can figure out the controls, the systems for how everything works, and try to create one of the many things you need immediately. Getting from location to location is done mostly through rafting, which is a nice way to break up all the surviving. At its core, this game is still a survival game, and I just really don't enjoy survival games, even streamlined to this degree. Our final game is Dragon's Dogma, an action RPG from Capcom. I know this game came out 4 years ago on consoles, but the port to PC this year runs very well. Normally in a big deep RPG, you create a character without knowing how the game plays, and then go through some long tutorials dealing with menus, items, equipment, and spells. Here, the game thrusts you into an action-packed tutorial that focuses almost entirely on combat. You open a menu once to turn on your lantern. There is a ton of spectacle and lots of holy shit moments. Like when the first boss appears. Holy shit! He's going to town on that guy. The atmosphere and tight corridors remind me of Dark Souls, while boss combat feels like a mixture of Monster Hunter and Shadow of the Colossus. You can climb on bosses to do more damage and break parts of them. Once the tutorial is over, you create a character and get treated to an awesome cutscene of a dragon attacking your village, and then get tasked with challenging the dragon. This game is not messing around. After taking a few swings, another cutscene starts and the dragon explodes your heart out of your chest, and then eats it. You are now tasked with getting your heart back. And this is the first time you ever have to deal with an equipment menu. Dragon's Dogma expertly shows you how cool the game is, and draws you into your task before making you deal with the tedium of equipment menus. It goes without saying, but I will absolutely be continuing this game. So overall, how was this bundle? Unlike last time, I hardly ran into any technical issues here, with the exception of those odd deaths in Yojimbrawl. Minion Masters was an interesting pick for the debut game, because it appears to have been getting updates on Steam prior to its release date, and the developers have stated that it may be free to play once it comes out of early access. I actually didn't own a single game in this bundle, which is pretty impressive. So how much bang for your buck was there? To total everything up, paying full price, these would all rack up a cost of about $154. Getting all these at their lowest sale price would cost $69. Full price or on sale, this is the highest value bundle in some time, and I would say it was worth it for Dragon's Dogma alone. Overall, I was really pleased with this bundle. Biggest bang for buck in a while, and a good number of surprise hits for me. The games I didn't love were far from bad, and I think there are a lot of people out there that will really enjoy them. Next month's bundle has Warhammer Vermintide, and I can't wait to see what else is in there next month. Catch you next time.